What a roller coaster ride 2020's been so far. I think ultimately most of us will want to forget it when it's done. However, there's been one little bit of good news for UK fountain pen lovers this year. We've welcomed Esterbrook back to our shores, an old American icon. Established in 1858 by Richard Esterbrook in Camden, New Jersey, this manufacturer enjoyed much success for many decades in the United States and a little bit over here too, but unfortunately went out of business in the early 70s. In 2018, Kenro Industries of Long Island, New York took on the brand again and have developed this range of splendid looking pens that pay tribute to the Esterbrook's of old. It's a great story, is this. Some of you may not have heard of the brand, but I think the fact that somebody's taken the care and the love to bring this brand back to life and to share it with us is great. So let's dive in over the next few minutes, take a closer look, and hopefully it'll give you the excuse to explore further. I think you'll like them. So let's start with Esterbrook's smallest pen in the range. This is the JR Pocket Pen. Although Pocket Pen by name is not necessarily massively small, that's how it stacks up against TWSBI Diamond Mini AL and my Lamy Studio pen as well. It comes in three finishes. You've got Carmine Red, Tuxedo Black and Capri Blue. The red and the black come with palladium plated clip, accents and nib, but the Capri Blue comes with a gold trim, which is probably a little bit more classic for its design, if you like. And all three have got the Esterbrook Eternity symbol etched on the Joe nib, which is available between extra fine and 1.1 stub, so there's something for everybody there. Size wise, let's compare it to my TWSBI Diamond Mini AL and my Lamy Studio. As you can see, it's not overly small, just I think the best way to describe it is compact. Certainly when we look at the Estes later, the Estes dwarf this particular model. How does it write? Well, I've had it on my desk for a few days now, and it started first time, every time. Quite smooth, and what I do like is it's flexible as well, and it's going to retail in the UK around the £140 mark. So to my mind, Esterbrook, that is a good start. So named after the city in New Jersey where Richard Esterbrook originally settled, this is the Camden range. Two different models. You've got the standard brushed anodised aluminium, which comes in rose like this, graphite or silver. Then you've got this limited edition range which comes in three striking marbled colours. It's called Composition, and it pays tribute to the marble composition notebooks that have been used for over a century in schools and offices worldwide. So from the design point of view, it's really quite contemporary and engineered. Very strong clip, so if you've got a thick jacket or you like clipping it to your notebook covers, then that's going to take quite a bit of hammer. If you unscrew, you've got a little sprung inner cap which will give a really good seal to the nib unit, so it should be a good starter. It fills from a bottle or takes international cartridges, and the nib that Esterbrook have used for this model is the Schmidt No. 6, which comes in fine, medium and broad. So well engineered, strong design, and it's not small. Although it's very light, so even smaller hands should be quite comfortable with this. When you put it up against the size of a Montblanc 149 or a Monte Grappa Ducale, for instance, which aren't small pens themselves, you'll see that it's quite a thing. But it does look very smart, and if your tastes are very contemporary, then I think you'll get on with this very, very well. So this is the Camden. And the steel nib is very smooth. It's got a bit of flex in it as well, so, and as I say, it'll sell in the UK full retail at about £150 to £160. Very good. So that is the Camden. Next we have the Phaeton 300R. R again is for Reborn. The original Phaeton was launched in 1964, and you see that the styling of this pen sort of nods to the Parker 51, the classic Parker 51 range. This was superseded by the 61s, and in the early 60s this was launched too late to contribute massive sales to the Esterbrook company, so it was a little bit late to the party really. Apart from the hooded nib and the sort of acrylic shell and barrel and the metallic combinations on the caps, that's really the only similarity between the 51. So it just nods its head to the styling really. As a pen, it's plunger fill. So this little plunger mechanism unscrews and it allows you to flush the nib section out easily, but it's not convertible. You have to use this plunger to fill and use the pen. But all the threads and the construction are of good quality. And let's give it a go. Like the other pens, I've had this on my desk for a few days, and it's started first time every time. A little bit fine for me, and I need to post the cap on this because the pen in my hand is very slight, so that gives it the sort of body length and substance that I need to enjoy the pen. Least expensive in the Esterbrook range. This is going to retail in the UK of around £70, but apart from that, very serviceable. And if you like the sort of styling, the classic fountain pen styling from the 50s, 60s and 70s, then I think the Phaeton will please you. Finally, we come to the Estes, and I think this range of pens is going to do the best for Esterbrook in the UK. It's a classically designed pen which pays tribute to the Esterbrookes of the 1930s, and in general sort of design and styling terms it is not dissimilar to things like the Monte Grappa Elmo and some of the designs that are coming out of India and the Far East at the moment, but this is a quality product, and I think once you get your hands on something like this you will really enjoy using them. So let's dive in and have a look at the range in a bit more detail. Estes come in three different sizes. We've got slim, we've got the regular, and we've got the oversized. Just to give you some idea what they're like when compared to another sort of popular benchmark pen, if you like, that's my Montblanc 149, which is not a small pen. And as you can see, the oversize is quite big. In fact, the 149 is not dissimilar in proportions to the regular in the Estes range too. Prices, well, in the UK I'm expecting most of the time the slim will sell for about £150–155, with the regulars being in the region of £155–160, going all the way up to probably £180–200 for the oversize. The Sparkle range here is their flagship Estes, if you like, and it's got a diamond dust from Reclaimed Industrial Diamonds integrated into the resin, so these are probably going to be about £280–300 in the UK. Esterbrook have produced this range in quite a variety of finishes. There's combinations of silver or gold trim, and there are 7 different standard resins and 3 of the sparkle resins as well, so well worth checking out because there's colours and designs to suit most people's tastes really. I've sort of latched onto this honeycomb pen, and I think when you first pick up one of the Estes, the thing you will notice is the quality of the resin that they have used in its construction. Some resin pens feel a little bit light and brittle, but the resin used in the shell, the cap and the barrel for these pens just feels quite substantial and a bit more solid than you would normally expect. Other things, the threads throughout the ranges, be it slim, regular or oversized, all well engineered and machined, and the other feature that these have is like a sprung in a cap. I think we showed you that on one of the pens before, perhaps the Camden, and this I'm sure will allow you to enjoy good performance from your pen. No silly starts, you know, it'll start first time on the desk, and I've had this one inked up for a little while now, and it's been very, very good. The nibs used in the range, well, in the slim model they use the Schmidt No. 5 nibs, and they come in extra fine through to broad. And in the regular and in the oversize they use the Joe No. 6 nib, which in most of the configurations is available through extra fine right through to a 1.1 stub as well. The nibs match the trim, of course. So I've had this one inked up for a little while, and the oversized one is not really good for posting. It's a substantial size pen anyway, and the cap just seems to sort of sit on the end a little bit, so that's a little bit big to be able to post. But the posting of the cap on the regulars and the slim is perfectly acceptable, and you get a well balanced result. As I say, I've sort of been drawn to this particular honeycomb model. I've got quite a few sort of ordinary colour pens in my collection, and this just caught my eye really. So I've got some Noodler's green in this, and let's just see how it works. Very nice. It's the medium nib and the gold trim in this particular one, and I've enjoyed having this on my desk greatly. And for sort of like £160–200 max, I think this is going to be a very reliable go-to pen for a lot of people. Just make sure you check them out. So how have I found America's original Reborn, the Esterbrook brand? Well, I love it, and it's a great addition to the UK marketplace for fountain pen lovers. So whether you like a compact pen with the JR pocket pen, something a little bit more contemporary like the Camden, the quirky Phaeton 300R, testament to the old Parker 51s, or the splendid Este range, I think there's something in there for everybody. Where does Esterbrook fit in the marketplace? Well, I think the quality all round sort of puts them just below the steel nib ranges of, say, Monte Grappa, and on a par with Visconti from what I've seen. How are they packaged? Well, when you buy an Esterbrook pen, you get them in one of these little splendid cloth-covered boxes, complete with warranty and guarantee and filling information, and also a little Esterbrook logoed cleaning cloth as well. So all nicely presented. Accessories, they do something called an MV adapter for some of the Estes, which will allow you to put your old vintage Esterbrook nib into your new pen. And I think there is some limited availability for vintage Esterbrook nibs too, if you fancy trying one of those. The Navy Nook range of leather and red stitch pen cases are also nice quality. Singles, doubles, trebles, sixes and 12s for your whole collection. This particular one has got my little honeycomb in here, which is the oversized honeycomb I alluded to earlier on. I'll be buying this next, I think, because I absolutely loved it. Where can you buy them from? Well, in the UK online you've got Cult Pens, Andy's Pens, and the Writing Desk 2, Bricks and Mortar, my old company Jesper's in Harrogate have got a good little range in, and I know Studio Pens, who distribute the brand for the trade in the UK, are looking to expand their network of dealers. So if you have a pen shop locally and they don't have them yet, please pop in and consider them. Once you do find the brand, you will love it. So check it out, let me know how you get on. Thanks very much for watching, and keep well everyone.